Welcome to another episode, everyone. And let's go back to when Keffe D believed that he could not be arrested for Tupac Shakur's murder. Look at the big old smile that he has on his face. He's here talking, as we can see, to Cam Capone News. Shout out to Cam Capone. And Keffe D is saying that he has immunity, that he cannot be arrested. This video did not age well. They're eating him up in the comments, saying if Dumb was a criminal, that they haven't seen him smile since this interview, that he hasn't aged well, and that this video hasn't aged well, etc. Man, you know, this video is just a few years ago. He does look a lot older now. He had more of a youthful look then. He's going through it at this point, as we know. But he believed, the title says Keffe D believes he can't be arrested for Tupac's murder, believes he has immunity. That's what the title says. Well, he was wrong.
So at this point, I think it's probably like I don't know, 2008 sometime. I think when they started to investigate you.
They started in 2006.
2006, okay. And so you get a call from your lawyer, and he wanted to meet up.
Yeah, he said, "Come meet me on Restaurant Row on La Cienega and Wilshire right there." We met at the Benny Honors. So sat and said, "Hey man, we eating that little Benny Honors." He said, "Hey man, you got a cousin named Diane Baker in Dallas, Texas, that you been sending PCP to?" I'm like, "What?" I did, you know, the Google was, "What?" You know what I'm saying? He said, "Yeah, man, the FBI want to talk to you." Like, what? He said, "Man, the FBI want to talk to you." I said, "Man, tell them we're going to suck my dick. I don't talk to them." Shit, the next morning, they was at my house. The very next fucking morning.
Yeah. And what happened when they came to your house?
Well,
they raided your house, or did they just?
No, they my wife was pulling off to go to work. And my wife was pulling off to go to work. And she they told her, "Tell Keffe D to come down here." And she hollered up the stairs, "Keep the FBI out here." Like, what? She said, "The FBI out here, they want to talk to you." Like, oh shit. So I came down there. First thing they did was take the tracking devices off my cars.
Right in front of you?
Right in front of me. Like, damn. Because while I was in there for the 70 months, I was making my plan so they wouldn't ever get me again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure, you know, they had upgraded their technology. So they was just one step ahead of me.
Yeah.
It was going to be hard to get you again because you was snitching. You was already working with the FBI. What do you mean? You told them to suck your dick. No, you didn't. The FBI wanted to talk to you about this sherm that you sending your cousin, Diane, and wherever. And you told your lawyer, you told him to suck my... That's not what happened. It came out in the trial so far. We've been covering the Tupac murder trial. Here on the Inside Story with me, Damian Porter. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. If you want to continue to cover the trial, we've covered it and we found out. Keffe D spoke with the FBI in 1998 about gangs and drug dealing going on in Compton and Watts. And he named many names in 1998. Fats, Wayne Day, Suge Knight, Buntry, Mob James, Zip, Reggie Wright Jr. He named names in 1998. He was already working with the feds. And then in 2006, he named more names. I'm sure referring to this situation right here when they came and got him. Yeah, but he's going to leave out the part that he was working with them.
Yeah. And they came in your garage, and you guys started talking?
No, when I came out there, they was taking the tracking devices off my cars.
Okay. And what all did
they say? We just want to talk to you. And they said, if you hire Edie Fall, we got to arrest you at high price attorney. Then they said, call that dude from that you met at the restaurant.
Were they in the house across the street too?
Yeah, they had rented the house over there. Yeah.
And they said they had you on murders and everything.
Yeah.
But then they was like, he was like, I didn't do nothing. They were like, we know.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I shut the garage down. And the little 5-minute thing went off. So it went pitch black. Scary motherfucker. I come back on the light. Them motherfuckers got their guns drawn, scared to death. Like, man, I thought this was the booby trap. Oh, fuck. Then the white dude was talking. Ooh. Then the brother looked me right in the eyes, gave me some street shit. I'm like, keep it D. You know what I'm saying? We got some shit that's gonna break your heart. And we got you on a gang of murders. I was like, what the fuck? I said, I ain't killed nobody. Like, we know.
So they were like, we gonna frame your ass.
Yeah.
Either way.
We got your ass.
Yeah.
So I called that lawyer. We went and met him. And they got to showing me what they got. I said, I'm not telling you shit till you show me what you got. It took them a few days to show me what they got. They had our ass. And they had a lot of people caught up in this bullshit.
They started showing you footage of stuff?
But they came to me for help. I didn't come to them.
Can you take me through how you got Keffe D to cooperate?
Yeah, it's the kind of typical investigative strategy where you get somebody to where you have leverage on them. And once you have leverage on them, you introduce the scenario to them and let them make a decision whether or not they think it's in their best interest to cooperate. So that's essentially what we did. Built a drug case against him that was going to put him potentially in jail for the rest of his life, and said, here's your opportunity to mitigate that situation and tell us the truth about what happened in Tupac's murder or Biggie's murder, whichever you happen to be involved in. And he agreed, his lawyer agreed, and there was a formal agreement between the U.S. Attorney's Office and Keffe D's attorney, and sat down and started the process of cooperating. And he enlightened us to the details as far as he knew them.
I didn't come to them. They came knocked on my door for help. They did. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come to them. Well, I don't know why they just didn't do like that in the Army do, just come take everybody to jail. You know what I'm saying? They came knocked on my door for help.
So after hearing all the evidence that they had against you, you left, right? And they gave you some time to think about it?
Yeah, they just showed me a few shit that day.
A little bit.
They showed me some crucial shit though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, motherfucker. And I told them, motherfucker, man, all I'm gonna do is plead guilty in the first court appearance. And they like, motherfucker, it's over. We're gonna book you on a gang of murders. Okay. So they gave me the day before Thanksgiving to January the 9th. Come back with your decision.
So what happened? You go back January 9th.
Go back January the 9th, they showed me what they had. Yeah, they came out with a file.
And they still think that you're the one that killed Biggie, right?
They said, they think, yeah.
Now, how come, why do you think that Keffe D has never been arrested?
It's a very complicated prosecution, based on the fact that so much time has passed. We don't get that information till 2009. A lot of the witnesses and co-conspirators were dead. Keffe D's a convicted drug dealer, a known gang member, has perjured himself before, so his own credibility will be in question, and now you're taking his information, and he has immunity in regard to his own confession. And so now we can only go after co-conspirators, all of whom die with the exception of Puffy. Puffy now is, an iconic music figure with hundreds of millions of dollars, and you're not going to have a very practical likelihood of prosecuting him based solely on the testimony of a known gang member, convicted drug dealer, ex-convict, and who has changed his story several times. So the prosecution in Las Vegas realizes that this is...
So if it was someone else and not Puffy, not P. Diddy, then he'd be arrested. He said P. Diddy, he has hundreds of millions of dollars. He's this big old musical figure. So good luck with trying to bring him down based on this guy's statements. But if it was me or you, your ass going to jail based on his statements. Huh? Keffe D, as we can see, he's thinking, I haven't seen him smile either since then. He's thinking that he has immunity. This is what they're telling him, that he has immunity, that he can do and say whatever, apparently, and he's fine. He's not fine. And then, we know that he's working with the feds. We know this now, that he was working with the feds, so he's also thinking he's okay because of that. He's working with these people. But no, they still, all the snitching you done did on yourself, your nephew, and everyone else, you're still in there fighting for your life. They don't give a damn about that.
Most likely never going to result in a conviction. Just don't have the credibility in the witness to bring this forward, and that's the problem with it.
Okay. So you had a proffer deal. So that means whatever you say during that day was like nothing could ever be used against you.
Exactly.
During that day.
Yeah.
How come you didn't ask for like complete immunity?
I did.
They wouldn't give it to you?
I did. I'm sitting here.
Well, the proffer deal is only good for
What you
that
said?
day.
No. Man, that's why I'm still sitting here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said you saved a lot of people from going to jail?
Yeah.
How many people?
Lots. Everybody that was around me that was going.
No, that's not why you're sitting here, because you have immunity. Cam Capone is trying to tell him the proffer deal is only good for that day. Whatever you told them on that day, you cannot be prosecuted. That's the deal. You can spill your guts out for 24 hours. What you did when you were 2 years old, the crime you committed when you was 10. Then whatever you tell them on that day, you're good. After that day, when you go on Cam Capone and talk about it, that's different. What you tell us today, we can't do anything about. That's the deal. We won't do anything about. That's not for you to go and write books and do a movie, and for you to go and do podcasts and do interviews talking about it, making us look bad and stupid like we have someone out here on the internet all around the world admitting to killing the most famous rapper in the world and hasn't been arrested. No one's done anything. And people want to know what the hell is this? So you making us look like we just are inept, don't know what we're doing as officers and all that. But no, that's not what the deal was. The deal was for that day, not for you to. Apparently he said, no, that's not immunity. No, it is. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here today. So he didn't even understand the deal that he had. He didn't even understand the situation. He thinking he can go in here and do this stuff. Whether they misled him, didn't tell him exactly what the situation was, or whether they did, he just did not interpret it properly. I don't know. Nevertheless, he's now fighting for his life. He did not have immunity. And everything he was saying on these podcasts and everything else is indeed being held against him right now. So we'll see how the trial turns out. We'll stay on top of it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Keffe D thought he had immunity, thought he could not be arrested for Tupac's murder, but we're entering the second week of trial with him as the defendant, so he was wrong. Stay safe and stay free, people.